Last Thursday, we lost somebody that is very, very special to us. He is, I can't say enough good things about this man, but he was our very first realtor here at Samson Properties. He meant so much to us in the last 20 years. He did retire. My man Bernie Kagen retired a couple years ago, moved down to Denver, Colorado to be with his family. We're going to say some great things about him. We've got some great clips. Thankfully, when he did retire, we did a good job of doing some great video and doing some tributes. So we've got some stuff we want to honor Bernie for here for the first couple minutes and just remember what an amazing person, an amazing cog he was to helping Samson Properties be what it is here today. So I'm going to let my dad have the floor here, and then we're going to play a video after my dad says a couple words about my man Bernie.
Yeah, it was a big loss for the company. Boy, am I loud?
It's okay.
Just to give you a quick history, I just remember when I think about Bernie, I think about the first day we sat over there at Metro Tech, 2,000 square feet, a completely vacant room, and we sat in that room and go, what the hell are we going to do now? There's two of us, and we got this big office.
How are we going to fill this hole?
How are we going to fill this place, you know? And one of the great things, Bernie was the hardest working person I ever met in my life. The only thing, you know, one of the things, you try and be a good parent all your life, you know, but the one thing I thought was most important about Bernie was that he spent 20 years in a row, and my sons were able to sit with Bernie Kagen in his office and talk business and talk about life. And this was the greatest mentor I ever could have put in front of these guys. Bernie was doing 30 and 40 million when everybody else was doing 10. He was our number one guy for, 20 years in a row. He was our number one guy. And that was with a lot of successful Carolyn Capalbos, Michelle Mamos. We had a lot of people. Bernie always shined. One thing that I think says that everything about Bernie, when I was talking to someone the other day, 90 to 95% of Bernie's business was referral. Referral. Every customer he had was referral. Because Bernie, all the time, would email somebody and say, how's your kid going? One of his old customers. How's Kathy doing? Is she doing good in her soccer or something like that? And he'd reach out to somebody else and reach out to somebody else. And he did this free of charge. He taught us all how to do this stuff for free, you know, that just pick up and touch people. Especially in this day and age where everybody's texting, emailing, make some personal emails to your past clients and friends. Tell them you love them. Tell them you love them. Grab your wife, your spouse, whoever. Tell them you love them. You never know in this world. The next day, they may not be here and you don't get a chance to see them again. So make sure you love the people you have right around you right today, okay? Make sure you do that. You go home and hug the people you love. But Bernie Kagen was the greatest example of a realtor, the greatest example of a human being that I ever met in my whole life. He was the hardest worker I ever met. And Donny, I'm just so thankful that you were able to sit in his office for 20 years and talk to him and listen to him, because he was just the greatest, nicest guy in the world. And anybody that knows him loves him. Pam Mooney back here. Pam was his partner for 10, 15 years. And everybody loved these two people more than anybody I'd ever met in my life. And I love them both dearly. I hope you'll get a chance to learn a little bit about Bernie. Bernie was so important in our company early on. I mean, my God, there were times early on there that Bernie had half the settlements in the company. You know?
We got 22 on the board this week, and 14 are Bernie.
Yeah, and 9 of them are going to Cardinal. Yeah. And nobody, as you guys know, a lot of you knew him the last year or two when he was really trying to promote Cardinal. But even as a realtor, he never, ever, ever, ever settled. He had everything at Cardinal, no matter what. He was able to get everything to Cardinal title. He was the greatest team player you ever met in your life. And nobody loved me more than him. I mean, we loved each other like brothers. And he taught me a lot of good stuff. I mean, it's very important to have good mentors around you. And Bernie was that kind of guy. And I'm so proud to say that he was my friend and the mentor of my children for 20, 25 years. I hope you get to know a little bit about Bernie and how good and hard a worker he is, because I know he taught you guys a lot, and he taught me a lot. I know a lot of you that know him in here, Scotty, people who've been around him for many, many, many years, will miss Bernie dearly, and all of his great Bernieisms. We have so many,
the so Bernieisms live on today.
Yeah, he has his own phrases that he's come up with, and we'll start quoting some of them someday. But anyway, I just wanted to pay tribute to Bernie, for those of you in here that knew Bernie well, and just know that he was the greatest human being you'll ever met, and he represented this company, and he backed this company. He bled Cardinal Red. I mean, he really did. He was just a true brother. So God bless Bernie Kagen. May you rest in peace. And thank you for giving me a minute.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. So Justin's going to queue up a video for Bernie. So Bernie was our first realtor at Samson Properties at 2001 with my dad and also my dad's best friend for many, many years. And until 2016, then he took over an executive vice president role with Samson and helped us with so many things. My dad and I, and growing this company up from 2016 to 2020. As I mentioned, he did retire, moved to Colorado. So that's where a lot of these clips are from. We want to play about a 5-minute video here with some Bernie, with some memories, and then we'll honor our man, and then we'll hop into some good stuff here.
Hi everybody, I'm Bernie Kagen. Well, it's been a blast. After being the first agent hired by Danny Samson 19 years ago, I've thought about this a lot, and what I'm about to say, I don't say lightly. Aside from my beautiful wife Deb and my kids, Danny Samson is the single person who has meant more to me and has had the biggest impact on my life than anyone else. Danny changed my life, and with that changed the life of my wife and my kids. I am forever grateful. I first met Danny where else but on a baseball field, where his boys, Donny and Bobby, were competing for a spot on an all-star team, same team that my son was competing for. And Danny and I have a lot in common. Sports, music, and humor, highlighted by Seinfeld. To this day, 5 minutes don't go by without one of us making a reference to Seinfeld, and laugh and laugh and laugh. We laugh all the time. Just think how much fun it is to go to work every day and be with your best friend and laugh every day.
Bernie Kagen, Danny's first realtor, trusted confidant, best buddy since day one, 2001. Danny Samson and everyone at Samson Properties want to say thank you for being an inspiration to us all. You will deeply be missed. Soup for you!
So Danny was the manager of this baseball team, and I became his assistant. And some of you might have heard Danny or Donny or Bobby refer to me as Pepper. Well, Pepper became my nickname, which is right out of the movie Major League, where the manager had an assistant, and the assistant's name was Pepper. So I got that nickname, and to this day, they still call me Pepper or Pep. And there was a line in the movie, and Danny and I have said it many, many times, where the manager looks at Pepper and says, "It's coming together, Pepper, it's coming together."
We're pirates! We're pirates!
We'll start out with reminding everybody that the Washington Nationals are still the world champions, Washington Nationals. Just in case anybody forgot, they still are. I have to have a special shout out to some people that I want to say a particular thank you to that made my life here at Samson Properties over the last 19 years very, very happy. Pam Mooney, thank you, Pam. Casey Sampson, Bobby Sampson, Mike Briggs, Sarah Mormon, Steve Lefebvre, Mike Miller, Reed Hubbard, Carrie Lindsay, Jesse Sanchez, my former assistant, now retired, Billy Brady, and now retired from Cardinal Title Group, Mary Klotz, and some relative newcomers, Mark Lubelai, Adrian Torres, and Katie Cox. To Danny, Gail, and Donny, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I am so grateful, so appreciative of the love and support you have given me over the years. So in my final words, to quote Seinfeld, I'm going to go out on a high note. All right, that's it. Good night, everybody.